Do you have the skills? Do you have the skills to produce great results in your health and body? If you don't have these skills, how do you get these skills? Let's talk about skills today.
This is the game of food. This is the game of food. We're helping real people get real results with delicious food. Real food. Live from Spencer's home studio, podcasting to the world. This is Game of Food. And here's your host, Spencer Frederick.
What does it take to be really good at health, fitness, at controlling your weight, at controlling the way your body looks and feels? What does it take? Are there skills? Yes, there are skills. And that's what I'm going to cover today. What these skills are and how you can improve on these, because I think some people just think they're stuck. Like, well, I can never have that. I can never get in shape. That's just who I am. I am a big person because I can't do it. And actually, you just need to develop these skills. What is cool is that I think everybody has their own skills related to, what it is with health and fitness. You might have grew up in a way, kind of like me, where we kind of ate meat and potatoes. We had a lot of like prepared meals like that growing up. That's an advantage I have that some of you guys also have. Some of you were more active growing up and you developed this skill from your adolescence. And there's other examples. And sometimes you can develop weaknesses from your adolescence or your upbringing or just the way you've lived for the last 10 years. I shouldn't always blame your adolescence or parenting or anything like that. It could be just you've developed a weakness and you need to acquire skills. So that's what this episode is about, is acquiring skills and what it takes. Because when I see somebody start a program, a health and fitness program, I get it. I agree that it can be a little bit overwhelming. But what people tend to do, this is not everyone, this is just like the 70 to 80% is in all the categories that they need to improve: nutrition, their workouts, their water, whatever it is. Sitting less is another good example. They go up until a certain point. And they don't get as skilled as possible in each category. What I mean is, if it is required to drink half your weight in ounces of water per day, they just increase their water from what it was before and call it good. You know what I mean? Like if they were drinking only 30 ounces of water per day, and now they sign up for my program and they should be drinking 150 ounces, well, they don't get all the way to 150. They get to like 60 or 70, which is more than what they're doing. And then they just call it good. I'm good. It went up. My water intake definitely went up and I'm good. And they do that in all categories. They get to a certain point and they call it good. And that's not what you want to do. You want to make these skills very strong. And let's go over exactly the different categories where you can get more skilled, where you can get talented in these areas. And it is going to require effort. You are going to have to sit down for some time and trial and error a little bit until you figure it out. So what are the different skills? Let's talk about eating fruits and vegetables, because that is something I want you to be skilled at, because so many times people say, I don't like fruit and vegetables. Like Spencer, like you said, signing up for your program, I could eat what I want, which is true. That's what I tell my clients. Like, we can find a way to get results no matter what you're eating, but it's a lot easier to get results when you're eating fruit and vegetables. Well, I don't like them. They're yucky. Well, you sound like my 5-year-old little boy. Okay, you're an adult. And so how do you get skilled in the fruit and vegetable categories is you try a bunch of them. Okay, what is common about people that say, I don't like fruit, I don't like vegetables, they tried 3 in their life, they weren't prepared properly, or they were just like weird fruits that nobody eats, or, it was too ripe, whatever the detail might be, they tried it and like, ooh, yuck. Like if I had a mushy strawberry, by the way, strawberries are like my favorite. If I had a mushy strawberry, it was the very first time I put a strawberry in my mouth, yeah, I'd probably say, gross, who eats strawberries? I'm never touching that again. But you can't live like that. And so what you do is you go and you buy 10 fruits and berries, and you try them all. And you circle the ones that you thought were tolerable or tasted good, because I know you're going to find some that taste good. And then you cross off the ones that you hated and that you never want to eat again. And then, like for instance with vegetables, there's different way to prepare them. You can eat them raw, steamed, grilled, pan-fried, whatever it might be. That's another way to get vegetables in, and you have to actually sit down and do this. You can't take a bite of a mushy apple and then say all fruits are off. You can't do that. You have to get skilled. And how do you get a list of fruit and vegetables to rely on? You try a bunch of them. You prepare them differently, and then you keep building from there. Same with protein. Protein, a lot of people are not eating enough protein. There's so many advantages to eating protein, even if you're not lifting weights. I'm not going to get into that today. That's a whole nother episode that I've probably covered. But protein's the same way as fruit and vegetables. You have to do some research or ask your coach about what are the good protein sources, or your coach probably provides a food list, like I do, hint to all clients. But protein is the same. You got to try 10 different sources. I'll give them to you right now. Cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, beef jerky, lentils, if you're, vegan, vegetarian, beans, deli meat, protein bars, protein shakes. Try these different things and find which ones that you like. Well, I tried that Quest bar, Spencer, and it's chalky. I don't like it at all. Order 10 more different brand protein bars, and I guarantee you'll find one that's tolerable or that you'll even crave. Some of them taste like candy. You got to find these. You got to try. You can't do it once and then just label protein as like icky, I don't like it. You have to try. Okay, let's go to the next skill. So we've covered fruit and vegetable skill, protein skill. Now, water consumption. That's important. And so what do you need to do? You need to sit down and you need to make sure that you are planned for your water. One great way is to have a water bottle or water jug that has the listed ounces, or at least you know how many ounces are in your water jug. And then you want to drink half of your weight in ounces each day. And so you're carrying around this jug like I do. It's my black shaker, and I need 4. I need 4 of those each day to reach my 100-ounce minimum. Sometimes I go over my minimum. And you're going to have to sit down and order a shaker. You're going to have to sit down and dig up your water jug. You're going to have to come up with a plan like, how do I remember to carry this to work, carry this to the gym, wherever you're going. It's a protocol you follow. And then at first, it's not like easy. At first, you do forget your water bottle all the time. At first, your water still remains pretty low, but you keep practicing and then it becomes a skill. Then you feel weird when you don't have your water jug with you, right? That's what doing this lifestyle is like you crave having your water bottle next to you. And if it's not next to you, some of you freak out if you lose your cell phone. You need to freak out if you don't have your water jug so that you got proper amounts of water. Okay, the next one is eating with family. And so I see, I'm thinking of my clients where I have many that say, hey, I can't believe this program has finally helped me eat with my family. And then you get somebody in the same situation that's like, well, I don't feel like I can eat with my family. I thought I was going to get your support on that. And it's the same protocol. So what you do is you follow a bunch of healthy recipes. You're going to have to try 10 of them. You will enjoy 3 of them. You, your kids, and your husband will only enjoy 3 of them. And the other 7 will be like, I don't think I want that. A couple of them, you'll even be like, gross, I'm never touching that again. And then you have, after you get that 3, well, now you have 3 recipes that you, your family, your husband, your wife, your grandma, whoever, do enjoy. You have 3. And then what do? You do it again. You try 10 more. And then you find another couple more until you have this giant list of recipes. If you do like that much variety, if your kids like that much variety too, now you have a list of recipes that you and your family enjoy, and you can sit down and eat together. So that it's the effort behind it. There is no magic plan that's like, hey, like eat chicken nuggets and macaroni. Everybody sit down together, and you don't have to measure anything out. You just eat it together, and you're on track. That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. It's the effort behind finding these recipes and the effort behind preparing them. Well, I don't like to cook. Well, now you need to find different restaurants then. Okay, strength training. So many people struggle to transition to strength training. if they're not experienced in strength training, they struggle transitioning to it. You will fail for a while. And then you'll get skilled because your failures, hopefully you're taking them as learning experiences. Whoops, I didn't do proper form on my squat. Let me ask my coach. Let me ask somebody that knows. Improve my squat. Next time I go into the gym, now I have the confidence that I'm doing proper form and I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. And then you become skilled. You become skilled in that category. You don't try a couple of workouts and then label it as that's just not for me. No, it takes longer than that. Strength training is like riding a bike. We don't tell 4 and 5-year-olds when they're learning to ride a bike, or 6, whatever age it is, or they fall a couple times. You say, I guess you're just not a bike rider. Is that what we tell them? Absolutely not. And I don't think it's any different as adults. If you're going to start strength training, it's going to be really weird. It was weird for me. I remember the first time I went into the gym, I only did like a couple of different movements, and it was all dumbbell stuff because I didn't know how the machines worked. I didn't know how to move the weight. I didn't know how to adjust the seat in case there was someone that was a lot taller than me in the machine before me. I didn't know how to do those things. So I just went in and touched dumbbells until I started taking risks. I started failing, figuring stuff out, and now I can use all equipment in every gym probably known to mankind. And I have the confidence to do so. But I didn't start that way. It's like riding a bike. Okay, calorie tracking. There's pushback on that. Well, I don't know how to do that. Well, can you sit down and watch a YouTube video, a 12-minute YouTube video, or can you watch 4 12-minute YouTube videos on how to properly track your calories, how many calories you should be eating? Can you Google that stuff and read it? Can you watch those videos? That's what it takes, is preparation time, not just walking around wondering, I wonder how many calories I should be eating and how you do that. It's the pursuit of the information. It is the work. It's the, calorie tracking is like a course. It's how did you learn math, or how did you learn to read? It was doing it. It was learning. And then you can't just watch the videos and do the Google searches. Once you feel like you have the knowledge, you took notes, and you feel like, oh, I think I know how, then you have to implement, and then you learn again. Okay? You're not going to learn everything in these videos and Google searches, but it's going to get you started. And it's going to give you that little bit of confidence that you know what you're doing. And then when you're doing it, you're going to make mistakes. And you're going to have to learn how to do that again. Using a food scale. Using a food scale is the same way. It seems self-explanatory, but everybody thinks it's like this thing that takes forever, and it's actually seconds. If you know some little tricks, if you have the right food scale, and it's going to just take some time using it and developing that habit. It's not hard, but it's not fun at first. I can admit that. It's not fun at first. And then it just becomes second nature and super easy after you practice. Let me say that again. It becomes super easy. It's like brushing your teeth. It's just I brush my teeth and I use a food scale. Those are just the things I do in life. Nobody says ugh, man, I brushed my teeth today, and what a grueling task that is. How monotonous and boring. No, you don't hear people talking about that because it's just a normal part of their day. And eventually the food scale becomes that normal part of your day. Okay, mental toughness is the same way too. I think this can be learned. I think you can improve in mental toughness. But the only way to improve, you literally won't become mentally tough if you just come to hurdles in life or hurdles in your health journey or career. You come to a hurdle that's hard and different and awkward, and you stop right there. You will never become mentally tough like that. What it takes is opportunities like that to become mentally tough. And how you do that is you push through. You push through until the end. Some people are going to push through and finish it in 5 minutes. Some people it's going to take 5 weeks, 5 months. Everybody is different, but you push through, and when you overcome that hurdle, you get stronger mentally. That's how it is. It's not reading a book. It's not listening to some super motivating person on YouTube or some super motivating podcast. To get mentally tough, you are presented a hurdle almost every day. And when you choose the path of sticking with it and stick with your goals, you get mentally stronger. And that's all it is right there. I mentioned this one earlier, but restaurants. Spencer, like, I don't know if I can get in shape. I like to go to these restaurants. That's just what the family and I do. You're going to have to figure out some new restaurants. There are delicious restaurants that might have the listed calories, and almost all restaurants have healthy options. If they have chicken breast, if they have salads, if they have low-calorie sandwich options, whatever. These restaurants want to serve people that are watching their calories and trying to eat healthier. They do. That's why they provide them. Almost every single one of them. Almost every single one of them, except for maybe like a donut shop. And maybe they even have a low-calorie donut. Who knows? Maybe they do. Okay, and then like sitting too much. Well, I don't have time. I work at home. I have to stare at my computer. I work in a cubicle. They only allow us, 20-minute breaks. And you have to figure it out. You have to schedule it early. You have to take that 10-minute walk. You have to get up from your cubicle every, hour, whatever it is, and just do 3-minute walk. It makes a big difference. But you have to sit down and come up with a good walking schedule, exactly like I did. I'm not trying to be arrogant here, but I have to sit down and look at my computer screen, record these podcasts, record videos, talk to my clients right here in this chair. This one for 10 hours a day. I have to schedule my steps or I won't get them. But if they're scheduled, I do them. Now it's normal. Okay, early in the morning, I try to get 1,000 to 2,000 steps before I really start my day. 1,000 to 2,000. And then after lunch, because I like to have a little break at lunchtime, like mentally it helps me, and plus I want to eat lunch. What I also do is walk. Every single lunch. That's the way it goes. And, by about 1 o'clock, I don't know, usually, 1 o'clock, I have 4,000 to 5,000 steps. And that ensures that I'm not sitting too much every day. And I usually end up, anywhere from 7,000 to 10,000 steps every day. Every day. Because it's in my schedule. It's there. And now it is my normal routine. So those are the skills you need. Walking, restaurants, mental toughness, food scale, figuring out calorie tracking, strength training if you want to, eating with the family, water, protein, fruit, and vegetables. Those are all the secrets. And it's all just like trial and error. Go harder. Don't give up. That's what it is. I gave you all the skills, and it's up to you to perfect them. How do you perfect them? Is you just pick one today. You pick one today. Pick your biggest weakness. If you have the calorie tracking down, but when you're eating your foods, fruit and vegetables never show up, then you need to take my advice on trying a bunch of them and seeing which ones you find delicious. You have to try 10, 15. You have to try a bunch of them, and I guarantee some fruits and some veggies will land. You pick one, you solve it before you move on to the next skill. I hope this helps. These skills will lead to whatever body health that you want. They really will. But you have to sit down and take the time for them, or they will never become your skills. Spencer, signing off.